I've just come away on a little mini break to Marrakech, courtesy of my hubby, just after coming back from Egypt, and I got all excited because I thought I would have a chance to practice my Arabic, and I have, but most people seem to speak French or English here, so unfortunately I haven't really done much practicing of my Arabic. I have been this morning to this wonderful garden, the Marjorelle Garden. Some people call it the Yves Saint Laurent Garden because Yves Saint Laurent actually rebuilt the garden and saved it from developers in 1980, and it's a really beautiful oasis in the city. It's very kind of Moorish style mixed with Art Deco, and it's a really beautiful spot just to have a wander around. We actually had quite cool weather this morning, so it was perfect weather to have a little mooch around, and then we're going to go check out the souk. We've actually come here during Ramadan, so I'm not sure if anything's going to be open, but we're going to go explore this beautiful city. It's been a dream of mine to come here my whole life, and it's a wonderful little surprise to get to come here for a mini break. And we're staying in this beautiful riad called Riad Ayadina and Spa. I'll just do a little about face. I'm standing in the courtyard. This is the view from our balcony. You can probably hear the water fountain behind me. It's a really beautiful oasis in the middle of the old town. It's actually built into the walls of the Medina, and it was part of a 19th century palace once upon a time. Just been trying to find our way through the Medina, which is a very interesting exercise when you're armed with a map that has pictures on it, thank you to our riad owner, and you don't speak the language or read the language. It's a bit like walking through a massive labyrinth, and every local we've come across seems to keep trying to tell us we're going in the wrong direction. But you don't know whether to trust them or not, because a lot of people try to give you directions to get money out of you. So definitely a lesson in trust and in following your intuition. Just walking through the amazing workshops where they're making all the beautiful detailed metal work in the souk. You can hear all the clattering and banging behind. Marrakech, Morocco, with the beautiful Nadia. Thank you so much for joining me, honey. Now, Nadia is amazing. She's an advocate of women's rights here in Marrakech. Hello, there's people coming in. And she's agreed to talk to me today about what this shop is all about. So first of all, because your French accent is so much more beautiful than my Australian, could you please say the name of the shop for us?
Maison Des Femmes Artisanes.
Maison De Femmes Artisanes.
Maison Des Femmes Artisanes.
And it's wonderful. So tell us about the shop, Nadia.
En français?
In English, if
In
you
English.
could. Just what you told me.
My English is not
Your
very
English
good.
is perfect. So you told me that this shop...
Every woman from Morocco brings us here what she's making handmade, and we sell it directly to customer without middlemen.
Without the middleman.
And the money go directly to the women.
So it supports women in business.
Yes.
That is wonderful. And what sorts of things do you have here in
All
the shop?
handmade and all by women. All handmade.
So you have...
We have different. You can.
So you have textiles and
Yes.
you can see some beautiful jewellery here behind me.
We have a scarf. We have pochette.
And how long has the shop been here?
4 years and a half.
4.5
Yes,
years.
yeah.
Amazing. And are you getting new people, new women all the time?
And we have all customers who come back.
Fantastic. That's
it's
wonderful.
amazing, yes.
And do you do online as well? Can people
No, we are
only
to do this.
only in person?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a small
But
place.
for example, if some customer like something, they send me email and I send
And you can send.
by post normal.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you
darling,
for you.
talking to us
Thank
today.
you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Whew. So after an exhausting afternoon of navigating through the souk, we're now retracing our footsteps and we're actually finding our way back to our riad. It's very exciting. We have had a few people try to throw us off our path, but we're smarter than that. We won't be outwitted. So off to have a lovely refreshing mint tea in our courtyard of our riad. We're literally sharing our breakfast with with a load of bees. They seem to have been attracted to the jam and the honey and the walnut cake and all the beautiful delights here at our riad. And at one point there were about 7 of them flying around us, but because we've just remained calm, we've been able to share our breakfast with the bees. And it's actually kind of cute seeing them with their little proboscises out sipping on the jam. Just beginning our private tour of Marrakech, and we're heading off to the Menara Gardens first, and at some point we're going to see the Sadian tombs and some of the palaces. And yes, very excited to be doing a proper sightseeing expedition. We waited for about an hour for the tourist bus this morning, so in the end we gave up and decided to go to the tourist office and get our own private driver. And we have a pink van, which I'm very happy about. It fits right in with the local decor. So our first stop on our private tour of Marrakech is the Menara Garden and Pavilion, and we're just walking up there now. And this was built in 1866, and apparently the pavilion was a favourite spot of sultans to bring their companions, so very romantic place to visit. And the typical Moroccan arches behind me of the pavilion. There's hubby. Behind me, actually, this is not the Atlas, this is the Gillies Mountains, and the water, the pond that you can see behind me, was built in the 12th century, while the pavilion was built in the 18th century, and this pond was actually built for swimming. And as we walk away from the Menara Pavilion, you can see in the background the Koutoubia Mosque, which is where we're heading next. Just arrived at Koutoubia Mosque. We're not allowed to go in here. This is the main mosque of Marrakech. We're not allowed in because we're not Muslim, which is fair enough, to be honest. But it's very beautiful, and the minaret is gorgeous architecture. So we'll show you some beautiful pictures of this place. It's set right by the main square. We came and had dinner here the other night, and it was great, really bustling and full of life, and right near the entrance to the souk. So this city, to me, I mean, I'm here with my hubby, but to me it feels like a very romantic city to walk around. It's really beautiful. Every part of it is so pretty, and it's all like coloured in a beautiful terracotta pink. It's really gorgeous. It's a beautiful example of Almohad art, and this tower behind me is 70 meters tall, and you can see all the beautiful mosaics. The detail in it is absolutely gorgeous. Really beautiful example of Moorish architecture. We've timed it really well to come to Marrakech during Ramadan, so actually there's more open here than we thought. There's a lot of shopping to be had, and there's still loads to do, but it's a lot quieter. The only problem we've had so far is that the tourist bus didn't show up when we wanted it to, but other than that, we've actually feel a bit like we've got the place to ourselves. It's great.